What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be taking the player survey for the worldwide download celebration here. This is something I recommend that every player do because you absolutely don't have to participate in the survey truthfully if you don't want to, but as long as you submit something, then you'll get 7 Dragon Stones for free in your gift box. So definitely recommend doing this. We are going to take our time with it and answer all the questions as best we can here. I want to see what kind of stuff they are going to be asking about in this survey, because generally speaking, when they when they put out certain questions about, oh, what would you like to see for the future of the game, and they give you like multiple choice options, usually they've got multiple things that they're already working on, and quite a bit we've been given hints about things that are to come. So this will be a little bit of foreshadowing for things that we might be seeing in the future of the game. Okay, so starting out here, let's see. How satisfied are you with Dokkan Battle? I would say completely satisfied. They've been doing really, really good thus far. If possible, please tell us the reason for your level of satisfaction. Amazing recent updates to game. I'll just say that. Keep it generic for now because I know that they're going to ask more specific things later. Okay, so please tell us about your play history. I was already playing before the celebration. Okay. How satisfied were you with the download celebration? Oh man, it was so good. I'm going to leave those blank because they're going to ask us about all kinds of events in here I already know. Was there enough content? I would say just right. There was definitely a good amount of content. Though you can never have enough, I definitely don't want to put that there wasn't enough, because I think that there definitely was, right? There was new events coming out every week during the celebration. That we had new content coming out, just dropping consistently throughout the entire thing. So there was definitely enough content. I definitely think it's a bad thing. Excuse me. For the health of the game, if you were to say that there was too much content. I just don't think that there's such thing as too much content. It's alright if you're not able to get everything done right away when things come out, because a lot of the content is just permanently available in game now, so it's better that it's there, so that you have the option to play it if you end up needing it, right? Like for extra Dragon Stones or other rewards that you get from those things, or extra cards that you might need to farm up and things like that. They could end up helping you out in future events. But if we're telling them that there's too much content, they might scale back on those things, and then there's just not going to be as much resources for you in-game. Okay, so which events from the campaign did I enjoy? So the Scout campaign is horrible. It's so broken. I don't understand why it exists. It doesn't make any sense, because you have to have so many new players to the game to equal out all of the veteran players in order to get that campaign done properly. Because basically you can't do anything about it. You have to have brand new accounts scan your code in order for you to get the missions done. They have to scan your code, but each new account can only scan one code, so there basically has to be like a 50-50 ratio there, and it just doesn't work out. So yeah, I really hope that they stop doing those, honestly, because it's not helpful. Okay, let's see. The ticket collecting campaign, returning campaign. Oh, the ticket collecting is good. That's definitely something that we want to see more of. Free tickets are always nice. The 50 special summon is awesome. The exciting camping trip, that is the login bonus, right? Yeah. The little login bonus where Gohan's cutting up the wood. Very good, free rewards there. You love to see that. What other things were really good? I really liked the... Okay, so this limit event gave us 30 Dragon Stones multiple times, so that's really good. The Deadly Struggle Menacing Army, this was the Link level stage. That is the best Link level stage that we've had in-game this far, so that one's definitely good. and then the Grand Elder Guru as well. Those are definitely ones that we want to select. And I personally am a huge fan of Extreme Z Battles. I love it because it's a lot of free stones that you get, as well as powering up powerful characters and, you know, adding them to your box. And usually they're characters you already have, so you don't have to spend any Dragon Stones getting them. So yeah, Extreme Z Battles, we could always use more of those. The Red Zone is something I think that is going well, and they should continue to do. I honestly wasn't the biggest fan of the Fighting Spirit and of the Saiyans and Pride of the Wicked Bloodline event. I think that this one was a little bit shoddy just because there were those specific units that they wanted you to use on there. Kind of the same way that they do for EZA areas, but you know, obviously you were allowed to use any other characters. They're just specific ones that had like better damage and stuff. I think that that's a really bad way for them to run these events. I think it's more fun for them to do special missions that allow, you know, like, so that you'd be required to beat the event with a certain team, kind of like they do with the Infinite Dragon Ball Histories, but every single character in the game still has the same exact chance to beat it. There's not specific units that make it easier to beat. I think that that's definitely something that's going to frustrate people if you paywall events like that, because it's like, oh, if you don't have the brand new character, then you're not going to be able to beat it because it's the only character that has type effectiveness in the event, you know. So yeah, I think for that reason I probably won't select that one. Now this one was really fun. The new Namek's Threat Breakthrough the Super Armor, where you had to defeat all of the armored guards, those coolers like armored guards. Those are definitely, that was a really, really fun event. I loved how different the flavor of it was. It's different from anything else that we've been playing. You had to go into it with a little bit different strategy. The thing that I say is the most fun about that is that, because you needed to do a lot of AoE attacks and stuff, you were using units that we don't necessarily use in all of these other challenge events. There were a lot of units that don't have use in many other parts of the game, like AGL Majin Vegeta, and the Int Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and Physical Raditz, and stuff like that. Though all these units became really useful for this event, so it was really fun to be able to use some of the different units in my box that just sit there and I never get the opportunity to put on a team. So yeah, that was definitely nice. Kind of reminiscent of the Hercules Punching Machine event. You know, just allows you to use some different units that we aren't used to seeing on teams all the time. Okay, so Infinite Dragon Ball History, we love those. I am honestly not a big fan of Ultimate Clash. I don't like the way that it's set up. I think it's a pretty tedious game mode just because of the team building aspect of it. I wish that it was a little more streamlined. Maybe where you build your teams before you go into the event, and then you just select which teams you want to use, because it can get a little bit convoluted when you have like a super type team, an extreme type team, and then I do sometimes like a hybrid of the two, because I'll use like a category team. So for instance, if I'm using like STR Pure Saiyans, then that can have some super types and some extreme types because of Broly cards. So basically my STR box looks just very jumbled and convoluted, and sometimes it's hard for me to remember even which teams I previously set up to use in the event. And it just gets really messy. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Ultimate Clash. The rewards are good for it though, so that is something to note. And then same thing with Chain Battle. I hate that you have to rely on your friends system. You know, the friend system is so bad that if you just don't have a lot of top tier friends, or you're not like a YouTuber that is in contact with all the other YouTubers, it's pretty hard to get top 1% a lot of the time. I don't have like the most stacked friends list, so I actually ended this last Chain Battle on top 2%. I wasn't able to get top 1% because so many people just had the free-to-play Metacooler cards. I didn't have anybody that had all of, you know, the summonable LR or cooler cards that were going to give you that top 1% that you needed. So, little unfortunate there. But what can you do? Okay, so as far as what I don't enjoy, I am just going to select the Scout campaign to give them the full, clear, honest opinion that it's just horrible. Because all this other stuff is like manageable. They're just events. Some of them aren't the most fun. Some of them aren't the setup the best. But I think that the Scout campaign is actually a bad thing. I think that they need to remove it. So Okay, moving on here. Did you perform summons? Yes, I performed summons on all of them. Dokkan Festival first, Legendary Carnival first. Dokkan Fest first. The Dokkan Festival banners were better for sure than the Carnival LR banners, but they're both really good, and I did summon on both of them. So, okay, if you replied, man, this is a very in-depth survey. I guess that makes sense because they implemented like a new style of celebration, right, with this whole legendary summon carnival, and they added the new coins and stuff. So it is really nice to see that they are paying a lot of attention to the detail here, and they're really looking for our honest feedback. So that's good. So if you replied, I perform both. Which prompted you to choose the one you performed first? Okay. So the visuals or animations, the abilities of the characters, my favorite characters, the characters featured were appealing. I wanted the coins. Okay, so I would say the abilities. Because just stronger characters were on the Dokkan Fest banner. So I definitely wanted to summon on that one first. Okay, so that one doesn't apply to me because that's if you only summoned on one of them. Oh! I guess not. If you replied, I performed both the... Or only the... Oh, what prompted you to perform... Oh, okay, I see, I misread. So why did you perform summons on the Legendary Summon Carnival? I would say there were many featured LRs. And the Carnival featured characters were appealing. That is definitely... where I would go with it. I don't think that you should mention anything about wanting these carnival coins because it was a really bad thing that they introduced a new coin. I think they really should have made it the blue coins instead of making this new teal coin. While it doesn't make the blue coins completely useless, it does kind of shake it up a little bit. It just spread your resources thinner with having another type of coin that you have to farm up. I definitely don't think that it was a useful thing, especially with how expensive some of those units were in the teal coin shop. Yeah, definitely a bad thing there. Okay, please let us know your thoughts on each of the following growth support features available in the Worldwide Download Celebration. So, God Dragonstone 16. I'm gonna say it was useful for growth because they have been trending in an upward direction with those. With the God Dragonstone that we had this time, you were actually able to pick up 2 of the Dokkan Fest units, the STR Gogeta and the Int Janemba, fully Dokkan Awakened, and there were 2 extra units that came along with them that were also fully Dokkan Awakened for you. So that is exciting if they're going to start adding on more to those, and giving you multiple characters for the one stone, and they're pre-Dokkan Awakened and stuff. That could be pretty good. Could be helpful for new players, and then I suppose for hardcore link level grinders as well, because for players like myself, I want to have copies of every unit's SSR as well. Okay, so the tons of Dragonstone collecting events. Oh yes, definitely. It was useful for growth. Let's see, the weekend reward boost increased to 5. Okay, I'm going to say no strong feelings either way. I think that it was a little weird how they did that, where it was constantly resetting back and forth throughout the entire celebration. That was kind of giving me whiplash, because every time it would switch from being 5 back to 3, or 3 to 5, it would fully fill them up. And there wasn't clear indication of exactly when that was happening, so sometimes I would just back out to my main screen. Because, mind you, I'm link leveling all day, every day, so I'm never at the main screen. I'm just constantly refreshing link level runs. And then I would back out at some point and be like, oh, my boosts are full, and there's 5 of them available. When did this happen? So yeah, I feel like if it was more clear when those things were happening, when the boosts were adding on, then that would have maybe gone a little bit better. Because I know some people were actually posting on Twitter, like, use your boosts now, because they're about to refresh, and then you'll have 5 more when it rolls over, So if you weren't paying attention that closely, then you didn't really get the most effect out of it. I feel like it would have been better if they had just turned it into 5 boosts for the whole celebration, and left it at that. That could have been better. Okay, so the reopening of Dokkan events and Extreme Z battles, I will say that is useful because I want those to be available all the time. I don't think that there's a reason at this point that those things need to go away. There's so many Dokkan events in the game and so many Extreme Z battles, it's really tough to even know, like, unless you're a veteran player that's got everything done, there's probably so much content that you need to grind still with these EZAs and Dokkan events and stuff. It would be nice if those stuff is just always available so that players can choose to play what they want, when they want, and not have to worry about those things. And then you could spend your keys on things like, like Extreme Z areas and Super Strike events and different things like that, rather than having to wait for just Dokkan events to be able to grind up Dokkan medals. I think it's kind of silly that those still rotate on a weekly basis. Okay, and then the opening of the Link Skill Level Up event. Oh, definitely. Love that. I know that a lot of people are upset about how it's paywalled, but I definitely appreciate it. Okay, if possible, tell us in detail what kind of growth support features you would like for us to add in the future. I'm gonna say more lucrative skill orb events. We are definitely lacking in the skill orb department. I know for the first, whenever they add a new currency into the game, they don't really give you a ton of it right away. Like, I remember back in 2017 when the hidden potential system was first added, it was very, very hard to come by hidden potential orbs, and now they just give them out like candy, and you're constantly filling up on them, and it's easy to just rainbow every single unit that you get. But back when they first started, that was not the case. You had to be very, very selective about the way, which units you wanted to give hidden potential orbs to. And then over time, once people started having upwards of 100 characters rainbowed, and there was just a ton of orbs that they had given out in the game's lifespan, they feel more comfortable giving out more and more to be able to help you fill out your box. And I feel like it's about time for them to start doing that with the skill orbs, because they've been in the game for, 2 or 3 years now? So it's definitely time that they start ramping it up. Sorry, my headset shut off there for a moment. But yeah, start giving us more, more skill orbs would be nice. Just to be able to fill out our entire box and every unit to be able to have skill orbs, rather than just depending on pretty much chain battle is the only place we can get them. So yeah, it would be cool if there was a growth stage that allowed you to get skill orbs every day. That'd be neat. That would be a neat thing for them to add. Okay, where did you receive info on Dragon Ball Z's worldwide campaign? Okay, I will say on the Twitter, because I am always up on Twitter, and I will say... Wait, is it not an option? Oh, right here. Video by a YouTuber. Oh, they only allow you to do one? Okay, definitely video by a YouTuber. Select that one. Support your YouTuber Dokkan audience here. Okay, we would appreciate it if you could cooperate. Okay, did you read the producer's interview on Pocket Gamer? No? I'm gonna say I actually don't even know what that is. Interesting. That one went over my head. Okay, the following are promotional events that took place during the Worldwide Download Celebration. Please select the events that you have participated in. For movies, hints, and producers' letters, please select those you have read or watched. I see. Worldwide Campaign hints. I don't think I took part in that. Video reveal. I definitely saw that. The campaign in social media, okay. The countdown campaign, yes. The Dokkan Scout social media campaign, nope. The Dokkan Now announcement movie, Dokkan Now special, yes, we caught those. The Metal Cooler arriving movie. The retweet and share campaigns, I kind of skip out on those. Producer's letter, okay, cool. Did you participate in the worldwide countdown campaign in social media? I will say I knew about its existence, but I didn't participate. Out of sheer laziness, I did not. I knew about its existence, but I didn't participate. Yes, on live stream I watched it. Okay. If you replied, I watched the Dokkan Now special, I would say completely satisfied. They did a better job with it this year than they have in previous years. They didn't make the mistake of announcing stuff in-game or revealing stuff on Twitter before the Dokkan Now special. I remember last year they actually spoiled what the units were going to be on Twitter, and then the Dokkan Now special came out after, and it was a complete whoop-de-doo because we already knew what we were going to be getting. So they did these things in the proper order this year and built the hype well. Okay. Please choose all the options that express your feelings. My expectations were, I'll say, much higher because they did a really good job hyping up the event. My positives feelings toward Dokkan Battle, I will say, were a little higher because they can't really get much higher. I love this game so much. My trust in the operation team was, I'll say, not affected. My desire to recruit the featured character was, definitely a little higher. My desire to recruit the featured character of the Legendary Summon Carnival was a little higher. My willingness to tell my friends about Dokkan Battle was, unaffected. My willingness to tell them about the Dokkan Now special, unaffected. Okay. What would you like Extreme Z Awakening to be in Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle? What would I like it to be? An ability that enhances the strong points unique to a character, an ability that compensates for the weak points that are unique to a character. No changes. I would like characters Extreme Z Awakened in the past to be even stronger. I am not interested. Wow! That's big. So this is saying that characters that Extreme Z Awakened in the past to be even stronger, that is absolutely... And then I think fixing weak points is another really really good point to touch on here. Wow, so they're basically talking about potential like double EZAs. So for units, if you go back to the very first EZA that we had, the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he is trash at this point, and he has been for years because his EZA just came out in like a previous meta of the game. It's just not a usable card. So if you were to get a second EZA, if every unit in the game were to get a second EZA, we're talking like 1,000 more cards essentially added to the game. That's like the equivalent of that. That's going to expand the game's lifespan a ton. Wow, that is really, really exciting. I hope that they do something like that. Okay, so let's see. What would you like the challenge events to be? Events that allow a wide range of team formations and are worth challenging multiple times. Definitely that. I don't know why they aren't already default that, but that should definitely be what they are. Events that allow competition not through gimmicks, but through defense and attack conditions. I am perfectly fine with gimmicks. With gimmicks, they're just referring to, like, you being sealed or stunned or character locked, or dodge canceling, different things like that the enemies can do, changing the orb field, any of those types of things. I'm fine with all of that. I think that, a lot of the cards that come out are given kits that allow them to properly handle those type of things. And if you're just dealing with attack and defense, then it's the only units that are ever going to be like exciting when they release are going to be units that just have a shit ton of guard or a shit ton of damage reduction, and you're not going to care about like anything else in game just because you're like, oh, I need the most amount of attack I can get and I need the most amount of defense, and it's like, it's fun when there's more gimmicks floating about. There's more things that matter, So I definitely promote gimmicks for sure. But I think because we only get one answer here, I think that this is definitely the best one. Okay. Yeah, that'll do for that one. Okay, what would you like skill orbs to be? I would like skill orbs that give a new ability, such as an increased chance of dodge or damage reduction. Oh! Speaking of dodge and damage reduction, I would like more chances to get skill orbs. Skill orbs to be more powerful. I'm satisfied. Okay, I would say I'd like to get more. I think it's the most important thing right now. is that we obtain more of them. But it does sound like it's already in their interest to add special abilities to them. And I'm sure that plenty of people are going to be selecting that one, because that does sound exciting. But I think that it is really important that we get more access to more skill orbs for sure. Okay, what would you like support memories to be? Oh, support memories. Okay. So I would like their effects to be strengthened. I would like various effects added to them, such as damage reduction or guard. I would like the maximum limit of film to be increased. I am satisfied with the current support memories. Okay, so we actually just got an increase. I'm doing this survey a couple days after it's come out, and we actually just got an increase to the limit of film. We can now obtain up to 500 film. So it looks like they already increased the maximum limit of film, which is interesting. So I guess I will say the different effects, because they only ever add attack or defense, and then give you some healing. Those are the only things that the support memories do. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. We would appreciate it if you would cooperate. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the header. If you have any other opinions and thoughts regarding Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle or message for the operation team, please write them here. Okay, and that is that. Please update the friend system. So, if you have not done the survey yet, whether you plan on doing it or not, I recommend going and doing the survey. Even if you don't care about the rest of this, please come here to question 32 and write friend system update. It is so important that they revamp this terrible friend system that has been terrible since the dawn of the game. It just needs so much help in order to allow us to run all the teams in game. Nowadays, especially with there being so many different category teams in the game, it is damn near impossible to run certain categories just because there are no leaders available on the friends list, and that is a huge problem. That is the biggest glaring issue with Dokkan Battle to date. They need a friend system update. Okay, perfect. So we'll review all this. Excellent. Sweet. Okay. Yes, I would like to open Dokkan Battle. Thank you. Alright, and we got our 7 stones. Perfect. So that was our little player survey finished off there. So yeah, go take care of that survey. Let them know that the friend system is bad, and they need to be spanked for it. Anyway, that is all I have got for this one. If you guys enjoyed going through that survey with me, then consider being a part of the Toxic Tribe with a like, comment, and subscribe on the video. We are still making that push toward 100 subscribers. We're pretty close now. We're actually less than 10 subscribers away, so smack that red subscribe button. That would help me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. That is going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.